Once upon a time, there was a mighty king who ruled over a vast kingdom, wielding great influence over all the wild beasts and animals. Among these creatures, the tortoise was revered as the wisest of them all, surpassing even the wisest of men. The king had a son, named Ekpenyon, to whom he gifted 50 young girls as wives. However, none of them captured the prince's heart, much to the king's dismay. Enraged, the king decreed that if any man had a daughter, more beautiful than the prince's wives, and won the prince's favor, both the girl and her parents would be executed. During this turbulent time, the tortoise and his wife had a daughter, who was extraordinarily beautiful. Fearing for her safety, the tortoise's wife insisted that they should kill their daughter, to protect her from the prince's potential affection. Reluctantly, the tortoise instead hid her, until she was 3 years old. One day, while both the tortoise and his wife were away at their farm, the king's son was out, hunting near their home. He noticed a bird perched on the fence. He was captivated by the little girl's beauty. The prince shot the bird, and it fell inside the fence. When the prince's servant went to retrieve it, he saw the girl and was instantly mesmerized by her beauty. He rushed back to tell the prince, who then broke down the fence and met the child, falling in love with her instantly. They talked for a long time, and eventually, she agreed to become his wife. The prince, however, kept his newfound love a secret from his father. The next morning, the prince sent the treasurer to the tortoise, with 60 pieces of cloth, and 300 rods as a token of his intentions. Later, he visited the tortoise, and expressed his desire to marry his daughter. The tortoise, fearing for their lives, reminded the prince of the king's deadly decree. The prince reassured him, vowing to protect them even if it meant his own death. After much persuasion, the tortoise agreed to the marriage, once his daughter is of age. The prince informed his mother of his intentions. This caused her great distress, knowing the king's wrath. Yet, she wanted her son to marry for love, and secretly supported his choice, by giving the tortoise additional gifts to secure his daughter's hand. For 5 years, the prince frequently visited the tortoise's daughter, named Adette. When she was ready for marriage, the prince revealed his plans to his father. The king was enraged. The king summoned the entire kingdom to the marketplace to address this defiance. When the day arrived, the king and queen took their seats of honor, and the king demanded to see Adette. Upon seeing her, the king was astonished by her beauty. He addressed the crowd, acknowledging his son's disobedience but admitting that Adette was indeed worthy. The people, too, were taken by her beauty and pleaded with the king to revoke his harsh law. The king agreed, and the decree was annulled. He declared that Adette should marry the prince, and their wedding took place that very day. A grand feast ensued, lasting 50 days, with an abundance of food, drinks, singing, and dancing. In recognition of the tortoise's wisdom and as a gesture of goodwill, the king bestowed half of his kingdom upon the tortoise, along with 300 slaves and many women and girls to serve him. The tortoise became one of the wealthiest men in the kingdom, and when the king eventually passed away, the prince ascended the throne with Adette by his side. And thus, it was proven that the tortoise was the wisest of all beings. Moral: always cherish your beautiful daughters, for their grace might capture the heart of royalty, bringing wealth and honor to your family.